Now, we're going to just look at a little bit of Mr. Matty Plays video because I was impressed with MindsEye. I was actually, wow, this just looks a lot of fun. And you know what? I wanted to bring this to everyone's attention because it looks like there is a hell of a lot of bugs in this game. And whether or not this comes out at launch and it's broken, sounds like it needs a delay. So I was thinking, you know what? I want to get through the game. Like, I wanted to buy the game day one. And now I'm thinking, you know what? I do need to save some money. And I'm thinking, is this a good idea? So it was a pre-recorded planned presentation as well.
This was just showing like, hey, it works, it's real. So I saw an early game mission, I saw a late game mission, and then I also saw a new Arcadia mode, which is basically their content builder, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. I could not record any of my own gameplay. Everything you are going to be seeing in this video was provided by the publisher, so it'll likely look a lot better than what I saw. And here's my general takeaway, and I know with my platform, when I say these types of things, they come with a lot of weight, but sincerely, this game needs to get delayed. I saw so many bugs in this preview, and I've been doing this half my life. Like,
for flip's sake, he saw so many bugs. This is so annoying. Now, this is one of the developers from like all the GTA, one of the producers, and it's like, why is there so many bugs? Why not delay the game?
I've seen previews in a good state, I've seen previews in a bad state. This is up there with some of the worst I've seen, just in the terms of preparation. You could just feel the energy in the room was like, we gotta go. Like, the pressure just felt real. Taking that out of the equation, all that matters for you at the end point is the quality of the game here. And I'm just going to run down a list of bugs that I saw. By the end of the presentation, like, we swear these are all patched. You don't have to worry about any of them. But look, I have seen that song and dance before. I always remember going to my...
You know what? No matter what developers say that, I don't buy it. If you're showcasing a game, even if it's a pre-patch or, you know, this one's going to be... Why are you not showcasing that patch? Why are you not showing me the best way of showing this game? I don't care if there's going to be a patch day one and you're saying it's going to be fixed. I'm judging this game by what you've put in front of me.
To my Fallout 76 preview event. And when I went there, the game ran like shit. And Bethesda was like, we swear it's going to run well at launch. How'd that go? So I learned my lesson, right? I learned my lesson about like putting faith in them. It's like, I know game development. It's like, there's a lot here that needs to get ironed out. And I feel like a GTA 6's delay, this one could also afford a delay.
Let's hear it.
So, bugs I saw. A drone was invisible during a cutscene. This is one they called out pretty immediately and said, like, yeah, we know about this one. There was pretty brutal pop-in with the textures. When they were flying over the city, they got into a sky car and they were flying over, and you could just see it in real time. Did not look very good. I think there were a lot of frame dips. This is the one I'm going to put a little bit of a asterisk on because this was all streamed to us, and so it's possible it was lagging, but it looked like it was, you know, stuttering pretty hard during certain stretches. I'll be on the lookout for this, though, and you should be too, so that's why I just wanted to at least mention it. Things I did actually see, though, were the ones I mentioned before, and also some weird balancing things. The demoist, I've never seen this in my entire life. The demoist used invincibility to get around 2 different encounters in 2 different missions that they otherwise would have died in because they were very clearly unbalanced. Again, I have never seen that before. That is like mid-production stuff. Like when you have not balanced your game and you're like, we just need to test if this can go like start to finish and like the skeleton, the quest works. That's what you do. So to see that a month away from launch, I'm like, oh boy. That's not good. There were even names missing in subtitles. It would just say, like, none. I thought that was weird. There were enemies spawning in front of you. At one point, this happened just one time, to be fair. And there was another point where I saw in that same mission, enemies were, like, crouched behind cover and just shooting into cover. And I think that enemy AI just was not in a good spot either.
I was giving this game a benefit of the doubt. When a new game comes out, a lot of people are saying this just looks generic. And I actually like the look of the game. If it was anything like Watch Dogs, good, I liked it. I thought if this is a more narrative sort of game, at the minute, I feel like even though I'm a YouTuber, I think I'm going to wait till this game comes out and I want to hear the reviews because there's so many other games I need to get through. If I didn't have any other games to play, like Death Stranding 2 coming next month, then I probably would pick it up and we'll stream it. I might still do that. I don't know. We'll see. But it's such a disappointment hearing this because it's like, This sounds like this is why we haven't seen a lot of gameplay. We haven't seen any previews, and it's just so annoying because the game comes out soon. You can pre-order the game. The one thing I hate about games is freaking bugs. When Star Wars Jedi Survivor came out, I really loved that game. The bugs in that game, the frame rate issues, it really dampened the experience of that game. And when I put it on the PS5 Pro now, it looks absolutely amazing. But this is a product you charge money for, and it is just such a disappointment to hear this.
There were a lot of points in the demo where they were just running at you. So this is all literally me watching it. I didn't even get to play it, and this was my takeaway. I was like, this is really buggy. And again, the claim was it will all be patched at launch. And if it is, excellent. Some of the stiff nature of the game overall, where if I'm just looking at it, bugs aside, they all get squashed. Did I walk away from MindsEye going like, okay, all right. Well, some parts of it, yes, but I wanted to put the bugs up front because, again, I just think it's so important you're aware of this stuff. June is a very competitive time. We know the Switch 2 is coming out, a lot of games releasing.
And the fact that he's seen all of these bugs, this is not a good look, because a lot of people were dubious about this game. We're like, oh, let's wait for reviews. I don't know. For me, Black Myth Wukong wasn't buggy. There was a few frame rate drops, but apart from that, I don't think we saw any bugs in the game. I thought the game was pretty smooth. Yeah, the only thing was like some of the frame rate shutters, but this is really disappointing. We're gonna have to wait for more. This game has had the worst marketing, and I want this game to be good because we don't get games in the vein of GTA very often, and it's very true. Everything you shoot explodes. Looks like an AI game from 2028. I hope it turns out decent. It would be nice to have another game like this between GTA and SAR. Yeah, I feel like we need more games like this. Obviously, when GTA 6 comes out, it's over. Like, you know, developers don't release your game 1 month before, 2 months before, and about 7 months after GTA 6.